Welcome back to chaos. I don't think this is that bad, honestly. Disclaimer, first of all, for this video and for my haul, this is just my beauty and skincare products that I purchased while I was in Korea, and honestly, I tried really hard to not overbuy. Right before I went on my trip, I did like this whole purge of my skincare and beauty stash, and I realized I have so much stuff that just expired because I had so much piled up that I didn't have enough time to use it all. So I'm trying to be very mindful of what I purchase and really only purchasing things that I need. There wasn't really anything that I could only get in Korea, you know? Granted, everything is so much cheaper in Korea. For all of my beauty purchases, I actually only spent roughly around $200 USD. I will try to notate how much I actually spent versus the regular USD cost on Olive Young website and stuff like that. Some of the purchases I purchased on a whim, so I forgot to keep the receipts. So I don't know the exact price point for some of the products. I'm sorry. But first, what should we start with? First, we have the KAHI Multi Balm. I had purchased this because I ran out of a lip balm and I really needed another lip balm because my skin was getting really dry in Korea. This was on sale and it was in product placements everywhere, in dramas and commercials, online, everything. So I kept on seeing this thing and I was like, okay, I gotta know what's up. I found this helpful as a lip balm, but I also found this really helpful for under the eyes during the winter time because my skin got really dry and thin. So this was a really nice addition to my daily routines and kind of just on the go product. Next we have the Mise Perfect Serum. So I had gotten my hair done in Korea and I needed a hair essence oil to kind of help maintain the perm and everything. So I went with the Perfect Serum because it has been the #1 in hair care for the past 8 years running in at Olive Young. It's enriched with argan oil, royal jelly, and water. It's great for when you want to provide instant care to damaged hair or you want to strengthen and improve weak hair. Plus, this is a 1+1 plus a small travel size for less than $10. So I was like, this is such a steal, I need to get this. The next one was also bought out of necessity because I use a chemical exfoliant always in my routines, and I usually use one with mandelic acid because it's more appropriate for sensitive skin. But I ran out week 1 in Korea. I think it was Sue Beauty who had mentioned the Rovectin LHA Ampoule. It contains 85% of the Neoli flower water, which has a purifying effect instead of purified water to help soothe the skin. It also contains niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, also the subacidic LHA ingredients to remove dead skin cells and excess sebum. And so it's a really good blemish ampoule for those with sensitive skin because it provides chemical exfoliation without overbearing your skin. This is actually my second bottle because I finished the bottle that I had bought in Korea, so I bought this to kind of replenish my stash in a way. Really great purchase. I'm so glad I got to try this. It's a great alternative for those who have sensitive skin, troubled skin, but they still want to incorporate chemical exfoliation into their routines. Okay, and then the next one, so this one I bought on a whim. So I bought the isoi Blemish Care Serum. I heard about this serum from a ton of Korean YouTubers because it's the best-selling essence at Olive Young for 9 years now. So I was like, if it's the best-selling, it must be good at something, right? It contains Bulgarian rose oil, which is rich in vitamin A and C, which invigorates and nourishes the skin. It also includes Rovectin, which helps to work to fade sunspots, age spots, acne scars, and melasma. It's definitely, I don't feel like this actually really helped with any current acne spots. It did help tremendously with brightening my skin. and so in turn it really helps with hyperpigmentation spots. And then the next serum that I bought, I actually haven't used yet. I'm really excited to use it, but I probably won't start using it until like a month later or something because I still have a lot of products in my rotation. And that is the Innisfree Retinol Cica Repair Ampoule. And because I was there when this product first launched, so they were having a bunch of deals everywhere, I got the monthly challenge set, and it was only for like 28,000 won or something like that, so super duper cheap, because it comes with your full-size ampoule, the focusing patch, as well as a trial size of the Bija Cica Balm. And so I've been wanting to incorporate retinol in my routines for a really long time now, but every retinol product that I've actually tried, it just seems too harsh for my skin. It's like too strong of a concentration. My skin just purges way too easily with them. So I'm really excited to try this one because I feel like it might be more suitable for sensitive skin. The pros of retinol is that retinol helps reduce skin problems such as redness, uneven skin textures, blemishes, and it also helps improve damaged skin barriers, makes the skin texture smoother, helps get rid of the whiteheads, blackheads, all of it. It's supposed to do wonders. So we'll see if this does wonders for me. And the next one that I got was the Madecassoside ointment. So this I actually purchased from a pharmacy. My friend had gotten me this, or something similar to this, a few years back, and she was like, oh, this is what Koreans usually use when they get like scrapes or stuff to help heal the scarring. I like to use this for any like open acne wounds. So like if a pimple popped and it starts bleeding, after it stops bleeding, I use this to kind of enhance or to progress the healing process a little bit faster. This one was also out of necessity, okay? It was the Innisfree Olive Real Moisture hand cream. So while I was in Korea, the weather got really cold and my skin got really dry. I brought all of this stuff for my face, but I forgot to bring like hand creams and body lotion. So I got this hand cream because it was one of the top rated hand creams and I really like the texture of it. It's thick and moisturizing, but it doesn't leave a weird residue, which is like everything that I hope for in a hand cream, honestly, because I hate feeling like I put something on my hands. So I mentioned that I forgot to bring hand creams and body lotion, right? So of course I bought body lotion. I was really excited to try the Illiyoon, and I was super happy because it came as a 1+1. So the Illiyoon Ceramide Atoll Lotion, it contains soybean ferment extract, which is native to South Korea and effective in reducing skin irritation and enhances your skin barrier to keep it healthy gradually. It also contains Ceramide Skin Complex, trademarked, which is a type of ceramide capsule exclusively developed by the More Pacific Corporation. So it successfully delivers active ingredients and helps your skin absorb them faster. What I do really love about this lotion is that it is super hydrating and really fast absorbing, and best part, it doesn't leave a weird like tacky residue. Honestly, it's just like it leaves your skin better and moisturized, and it's amazing. I finished this small tube of the lotion in Korea in the 2 months that I was there, so that just shows you how often I used it and how good it was. So out of all the products I showed so far, I don't really have regrets on purchasing them. And to be honest, I don't have regrets. I might take that back later. But I don't really have that many regrets on the purchases that I purchased. So not bad. So a few years ago, I was like this huge sheet mask hoarder. Like every single time I went to Korea, I would buy like boxes and boxes of sheet masks because they were so much cheaper there. During my purge, I like purged so many of them because they were all expired. So now I am trying to be more mindful in my sheet masking. But I've also found like when I was in Korea, the buying culture for skincare was very conducive for being efficient and like reasonable with my purchases. There was an Olive Young literally around every block. If not an Olive Young, there was like a La Lavla or like a Chikor or something where you can buy beauty products. What I found was a lot of people, they only buy what they need. And that's kind of the mentality that I went in with, right? But it was especially true with sheet masks too. Like, I'll be hanging out with my friend and they'll be like, oh, can we stop by Olive Young? I kind of want to buy a sheet mask because my skin's been feeling dry lately. So they would literally leave Olive Young with one sheet mask. And I was like, the control that they have, you know? Because if this was me like 3 years ago, I'd be like, let me get one of everything please that's on sale. I did end up buying a few sheet masks while I was in Korea, but I used most of them because I was only buying them because I felt like my skin needed it. There's only a few that I didn't end up using, and these are the ones that I ended up bringing back home. I tried to go for brands that I was interested in, that I didn't really get a chance to try too much of, but I didn't want to splurge on a full-size product. As you can see, most of the face masks that I went for were like moisturizing ones or hydration ones because my skin was just really, really dry while I was in Korea because it was really, really cold. Who knew that it would be cold in the wintertime in Korea? So the next category is what I would say I have teeny tiny regrets about because I may or may not have purchased one too many of the same kind of stuff. It is, drumroll, pimple patches! If you've been following my Instagram since like a year and a half ago, you'll know that I placed this ridiculous haul of pimple patches from YesStyle because I was going through a rough patch with my skin, so I was really, really into pimple patches, and then I was like, why not make this haul of pimple patches to try to find the best pimple patch there is, which is still a video that I still need to do. So if that's something you're interested in, please feel free to comment down below and let me know. Towards the end of my trip in Korea, my skin was kind of going on a downhill spiral and I was getting like pimple after pimple every single day, especially in my chin area. I was really congested. I decided to go a little crazy with the pimple patches. Whoops. The first one that I got was my holy grail, Acropass. So if you never heard of Acropass, it is, in my opinion so far, the best microneedle patch. It contains microneedles that are only about 1/4 of the width of the human hair. It has hyaluronic acid and niacinamide in the microneedles that enter the skin cells without causing damages as you press on the patch. It's good for targeting the pimples that are still under the skin but feel irritated. What's crazy though about Acropass patches is that they are so cheap in Korea. Not this one because I opted for the bigger size for this particular box, but the usual box comes with 6 patches and it's only 8,800 won in Korea. I used to buy these from like, I think Soko Glam for $18. That's $3 a patch. That's insane. Definitely try them if you have like cystic acne, pimples that tend to take a while to come to a head. It helps the pimples surface a little bit faster so that you can treat it faster. Like I said, I love Acropass. It's like my #1 go-to, but because I was in the land of Korean beauty, I had to try some other ones. I bought 2 other brands. One is the ARTPE. I don't really know how to pronounce this. This First Dew. So it comes with 10 in 5 packs of 2. I did use this while I was in Korea and it seemed decent enough. It didn't quite bring out the pimples as fast as the Acropass do. It does kind of get the job done. I just don't think for my skin in particular it's quite as effective as Acropass, but definitely not bad. So another one that I bought that I haven't really had the chance to try yet is the Needly Anti-Trouble Get Rid Of. So this one is actually an Olive Young exclusive, which is really cool. It's based off of the looks of it. The needle seems shorter and smaller, so I'm not quite sure how effective it would be. So it's like good oil control and also calming and soothing. So to come on how I feel about this in general. And those are just the needle pimple patches. I also bought some regular pimple patches. I got the CNP Laboratory Anti-Blemish Spot Patch, which contains salicylic acid and tea tree leaf oil. The thing about this one is it's very thin and it does well to protect the skin from external contamination, but it doesn't quite suck up the gunk from a pimple because it's so thin. It's marketed for daytime wear, so you can like wear it under makeup and stuff and it wouldn't be noticeable, and I can totally see that. But for my purposes, I really want like a true hydrocolloid pimple patch that will just like suck up the whiteheads, like kind of really flatten the skin that way. So I bought this on a whim, didn't quite do the job that I wanted to. So I went back to Olive Young and I got another pimple patch. I got the Isoi Acne Dr. First Speedy Patch and Spot. So I actually went with this one because it came with a spot treatment inside. So I was like, oh, it's like a 2-in-1. How great. So the pimple patches themselves were pretty standard. They did the job exactly how I expected it to. It like sucked up the gunk pretty well. Not as great as Cosrx, I would say, but I think it's also because these patches are smaller in general, but they got the job done. I wasn't able to really review the spot treatment on this. I did use it. It was a very runny liquid, so a little bit kind of goes a long way, but it was really hard to control the amount that I got through the little tube. It does help with some irritation, but I wouldn't say it's like a miracle potion. Nothing really is, honestly, with acne, unfortunately. So I kind of went through most of my skincare purchases. The next are my beauty purchases. So I'm not a big beauty person, as you can probably tell from my day-to-day and just in general. Like, I don't get done up very often. I don't need that many beauty products, to be very honest. The only reason why I bought so much while I was in Korea is because I had come across this La 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 store that was closing down. So literally everything in it was 50% off, which was crazy talk because they had some like legit brands. Like they had Mamonde, they had Heroine makeup, they had rom&nd, and I was like, oh my god, I have to buy something. I also did need some beauty products. Like I needed a new eyeliner because I don't have any eyeliners. I was in there for like legit an hour because a lot of the brands I didn't know about, and also I didn't do my research prior, so I was like researching the product and like swatches of the product while I was in the store, because since it was a closeout sale, like you can swatch anything like you normally would be able to at a Korean beauty store. So this is what I picked up. I got a rom&nd Zero Velvet Tint, and this was something that I already had, but I had it in a different, I think I have it in the Burning Nude. So that color was a little bit too orangey for my taste, so I wanted to try this new shade. It's called Burnt Heart. Now it's probably faded because I've been filming for like 2 hours now, but it was what I was wearing on my lips. It was just a very like good natural red shade for my lips. Ah! I just dropped it. Anyways, but yeah, so I got that, and then I got this Juicy Pong blusher from Etude, which is also a product that I already own in a different color. I own it in a more pinkish shade, and so I thought the orange would be a nice like addition to my stash for summer times, or if my skin gets tanned for some reason. Another thing that I didn't bring with me while I was in Korea, so I was kind of hoping to get, was an eyeshadow palette, which I didn't end up using until I got home actually. So I got the Rose Bouquet for the Flower Pop eye palette, and I really like the colors for this one because it's more of like an everyday palette. The rose colors is very popular. I still am learning how to use eyeshadow, to be very honest, especially colored eyeshadow. I really love the brick shades and like rose shades, but I'm still trying to learn how to use them for my eyes, because every single time I put it on, I just feel like my eye is swollen or irritated or something. It's like too red. The eyeliner that I had mentioned earlier that I got was the Heroine Super Waterproof Long Stay Sharp Gel Eyeliner in brown. I figured if I were to get an eyeliner, Heroine would be the one to go with because their stuff stays on forever, or so they say. I also got nail stickers, so I'm really into nail stickers these days because I'm really bad at doing my nails, but nail stickers are a very easy way for me to still have nice nails. Like today, from far away, you can't tell that they're really messy around the edges, but from far away, they look pretty decent. I also got a few other nail products. These are stick-on nails, which I've never actually used before. I was originally going to use these for my friend's wedding in Hawaii, but I ran out of time and forgot, so I didn't, and now I have them still. Moving on to my other beauty purchases, I got the Kiss Me Volume and Curl Mascara, the waterproof one. I have a mascara right now that I'm using, but it's not my favorite. It doesn't quite do anything, so really wanted to get a new mascara to really help my stubborn Asian lashes a little bit more. I also got cosmetic puffs from Daiso. These are actually really nice quality. I really like them, and they're super cheap. As you can tell, I already used half of them. I used them for my BB cream. I went to Etude House because I really needed an eyebrow pencil because the one that I had, it dried out while I was in Korea. I was too lazy to look into a new brand or anything, so I decided to go back to the one that I knew worked for me, and that was the Etude House Drawing Eyebrow. It's super cheap, but really effective. It's not too harsh of a pencil, which is what I like. So it's very forgiving in that way. And then while I was there, I decided to also try out this other product, the Bling Bling Eye Stick, which is basically like a roll-on eyeshadow. And because, like I mentioned before, I'm really bad at doing makeup and doing my eyeshadows, I thought the eyeshadow stick would be a good, you know, addition to my stash to make things a little easier for me, you know? Lastly, this one was bought out of necessity because I realized on day one I got to Korea, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go out all the time. I should put on makeup, like put on cushion, put on mascara and stuff. And then I realized, wait, I don't have anything to take off makeup. I only have my regular cleanser. So I went out and I got this Neogen Carrot Deep Clear Remover Oil Pad, which is basically a bunch of pads soaked in this oil solution. What I do is I would leave it on like my eye and then not really use the pad to rub it into my skin, but more so just let it soak. And then once I remove the pad, I would then emulsify the oil and then rub it to get rid of the makeup, and it worked really well. So it's really good for traveling because there's no actual liquid in this to spill everywhere. So that's all of my beauty purchases from when I was in Korea. I did buy a lot of clothes while I was there, so if you're interested in seeing that, you can comment down below. They're mostly just like sweatshirts like this one, and then like sweaters and stuff like that. So the thing about shopping in Korea, especially for beauty products, is not only do they have like special promotions all the time and like sales and all of that, but they also give out so many freebies. Like, so many freebies. And another thing to note about shopping in Korea is that there is a tax refund for foreigners. If I had bought all of my purchases in like one purchase, it would have qualified most definitely for a refund. But because of the way that I was shopping, I was buying things like one here, one there, it never totaled up enough for me to like get a tax refund. Some stores do offer it in store, so if you show them your passport, they'll get rid of the tax right then and there. I'm really bad at going about doing that. Even in my previous trips, I was always really bad at it. especially if I had to do it myself, but it's supposedly pretty easy. You just need to have your products with you or your purchases with you, the receipts, and then at the airport there's like this kiosk that you can go and do the refund at. So I'll link everything that I talked about today in the description box with links to different seller sites. Make sure that when you are shopping for Korean beauty products that you're shopping around on all platforms, because you just never know what promotions and deals are going on that could get you the best price point available. So I highly recommend that you shop around, make sure you utilize and maximize all of your coupons, all of that. I just want to make sure that you get the best deal. I also have a few affiliate links and codes for your benefit as well that I'll put down below in the description box, so make sure you utilize those to get, you know, an extra like 5% off your order or something like that. Some of them you can even stack with other promotional coupons, so make sure to maximize, guys, maximize your savings, and I will see you guys next week. Bye! Okay, I dumped everything onto the floor after I was done talking about it. Now I have to clean it up. Thanks for watching. Bye!